There are literally thousands of things drivers can do to damage their trucks. I came up with 5 of the worst things that I thought that would do expensive damage to the truck that were unnecessary and could be avoided with a little time and care. Number 1, crossing the battery cables. Now, if you're not paying attention, this is relatively easy to do. And in the wintertime, like it is now, all sorts of guys will have sat their trucks over the weekend or something like that and have to come and jump start their trucks. Or even if they're just installing their own batteries in a truck after switching out some dead ones. But you've got to be very careful that you hook the positives to the positive and the negatives to the negatives. Because if you cross those terminals in any one of a series of batteries that are in line and in series, you're going to do damage to the engine. Number 2, mixing up the fuel tank with the DEF tank. Now, you wouldn't think this would happen, but it happens a lot lately with these new trucks and the new DEF fluid and all the new drivers out there. If you're not paying attention, you can be putting the wrong fluid into the wrong tank, and once it's in there, it's damn near impossible to get it out. Number 3, abusing the driveline. Now, lots of you will see it on YouTube, guys doing speed shifting and power shifting, or you've seen these big hill pulls at Cameo de Nord or something like that, where these guys are just torquing on the trucks, and the trucks have got the front wheels coming off the ground, or in this kind of weather, sometimes you spin your wheels and you wipe your feet, but you don't want to have those wheels spinning when the power lock is engaged, because you'll do damage. It's all right when they're not spinning, that's how it's supposed to be used, but you don't want to be constantly spinning your wheels with the power lock engaged, because that does damage. Number 4, it's wintertime, and they cover the road with salt, and these days, a lot of the states use that chemical stuff, and they spray it on the highways, and that stuff is highly corrosive. It's to the point where the departments of transportation in various states have determined that that stuff is damaging concrete overpasses on the highways. So imagine what that can do underneath your truck. It gets in the wiring, chews up the frame, it chews up the aluminum, it gets into the electronics. Stuff is highly corrosive. Number 5, you've all heard the expression, you get what you pay for. And that's particularly true when you're buying oils or grease or lubricants for your truck. So don't cheap out, don't buy the cheap stuff, because God knows what they've done to refine it and process it. Sometimes it's so recycled, it's still got metal filings in the old stuff that they've recycled. But for owner-operators and lease operators, it's particularly important because you've got a huge investment in a truck and you want to take care of it. So don't cheap out and just buy the cheapest stuff you can to save a few bucks, because you'll pay the price down the road. If you take care of the truck, it'll take care of you, and you'll be able to get home every time. Stay safe, keep the rubber side down, and I'll see you on the backhaul.